like potato?
And you like potato?
You like tomato?
And you like tomato?
Potato?
Potato?
Tomato? Let's call him.
This is my husband, Jeff Kahn.
This is my wife, Annabelle Gurwitch.
We realize two people can be in the same place at the same time and even in the same marriage, but be having completely different experiences.
No, I disagree. When I was growing up, my 6th grade class went to see Zeffirelli's Romeo and Juliet, and I vowed that that's what I wanted, and that someday I would meet my own Juliet and I would marry her and love her with the same passion that Romeo loved his.
I had much lower expectations of marriage. I was hoping to land somewhere between The Way We Were and Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
And there is the most beautiful woman I have ever seen. Her first name is...
Annabelle.
The best name. Her last name is...
Gurwitch.
The worst name. She writes her name, her address, and her phone number, and she hands it to me. Yes. And then she tells me that I should call her because she has some time to get together because her husband is in Chicago in art school. And then she hops in her Honda and she drives away. Her husband is in art school in Chicago.
Okay, wait a minute. I want to make something perfectly clear. There was a reason why I didn't mention that I wasn't on the market, because I was totally unavailable. How much more unavailable could I be? On top of all of that, Jeff Kahn, not my type.
One day we end up at Venice Beach and I kiss her. And it's the single most romantic moment of my entire life.
I don't really remember that day. I walk into a cafe and I see Jeff, and it was like this light bulb goes off in my head. Jeff Kahn, what a great guy. Didn't he once take care of my cat? I should be with that guy.
A year and a half later, Annabelle and I are married in front of all of our family and friends.
And on the occasion of our wedding, I had that napkin that I wrote my name, number, and address on, framed for Jeff. And for the record, it has another girl's number on the back.
I figured that getting a high-strung neurotic like Annabelle pregnant could take months, if not years. It was a great plan. But then something crazy happened. I put it in, I take it out, bang, it's a boy.
Meanwhile, I'm getting fatter by the second. My ass was expanding so fast it was like a Starbucks franchise. On every corner of my ass, there was another branch of ass opening up. The night comes when the contractions break through the medication, and when I tell Jeff it's time, he asks if I can hold it in.
I had a pilot script due the next day. So,
wait, anyone who's ever had a baby knows you can't just hold a baby in like the gas I was also holding in at the time.
when it comes to sex, Annabelle and I don't see eye to eye, or eye to crotch, or crotch to crotch. Because I want to have sex every day.
I'd be happy to have sex once a week.
So we compromise. We have sex once a week.
It isn't really a matter of whether I want to have sex once a day or once a week. It's about how much time I have to devote to the pursuit of an orgasm at this point in my life.
The only time we have for sex is at night after our son Ezra goes to bed. But Ezra doesn't like to go to bed. In fact, getting him to bed is an act that utterly drains our life force. And by life force, of course, I mean my wife's desire to have sex with me.
So I say, I'm doing the bills and we should talk about how much money we're spending. And that's when he feels it's the right time to mention to me that talking about money before you have sex is a turn-off. So I have to correct him and tell him talking about money before you have sex when you have money is actually a turn on.
At first, I will casually hint, "Oh, please, God, I need some." And when that doesn't work, it's time for the massage. I know that the massage works because she'll close her eyes and say, "Do you mind if I'm a liebacker?" Now, the liebacker is when she's just too tired to do anything else but lie there and let me do everything. The only thing that stands between me and the liebacker is the minefield. The minefield is a set of questions and or statements that Annabelle lays in front of me like landmines. If I answer them in the correct fashion, sex will follow. Do I look bloated? You don't look bloated, no. And just as things are picking up speed, she pulls the emergency cord and says,
But I have a right to be tired, don't I?
"It's one last landmine." God, she's so tricky.
You know, Jeff, we both work and we both take care of the kid, but you're not doing as much as you think you do. You know, the Wall Street Journal had a
Say
study
nothing,
recently
I tell
which showed
myself.
men do
Say nothing.
less than they think they do. Women are
But she
really carrying the
continues.
weight. Where do you think our kid gets the uniform for his school? Do you
nothing.
even know the name of the school lunch program
Say
that you
nothing.
belong to? You don't write those checks. I do. I'm sorry.
No, I can't take it any longer. Hey, you want to do this or not? It's like 4 in the morning your time. And that's when she'll look at me and say,
You know I can't have sex with you when you're angry with me. There is the cutest picture of Jeff and Ezra walking down the street hand in hand. Then I see there's another cute picture, and it's Jeff and Ezra at Yankee Stadium. And then there's another adorable picture, it's Jeff and Ezra, and that's when it hits me. Where am I? Where is the mother in this family? Did she die of some terrible disease, but not so terrible they couldn't go to Yankee Stadium? I mean, what's going on here? All I can see is that my husband and my adorable babe magnet son are out there in cyberspace without me. So I called up Jeff and I said, "If you don't add my picture to your Facebook page, I'm going to divorce you."
and I said, "Is it gonna be that easy?"
And that's when I noticed that all of Jeff's friends are women.
No, that's exact.
Kathy, Sharon, Stacy, Stacy with an I-E, and Nadine. Now, Nadine is gorgeous. Now, we've been married for 13 years. I know a lot of his friends, but who the hell is this Nadine? I mean, what's going on here? Is this J-Date or is this Facebook? I'm upstairs in my office at home, and he's downstairs in his office, and we can't talk like real people. No, we start Facebooking each other. So I'm writing away, "I don't know what you're doing up there, mister, but I'm really upset with you. What's going on this site? Who the hell is Nadine?"
And I'm saying, "Nadine was just an old friend. It was a Facebook birthday card. And if it bothers you so much, then get off my Facebook and leave me the hell alone."
So we're just, all of a sudden notes start popping up, and there's one that says, "Oh, this is so much fun," and one says, "Oh, it's like we're all in therapy together." Then I see that Nadine writes and says, "Oh my gosh, have I offended your wife?" And then my phone rings, and it's my friend Spencer, and he says, "Are you guys okay? What's going on with you?" And that's when I realize I've been writing on the wall. So I thought to myself, God, this is terrible. I have really crossed the line. This is the thing that I always liked about Jeff and I. We keep our boundaries.
So the upshot of the whole thing is that you're wrong.
Right.
You were wrong about the whole thing.
Right. I was wrong. See how I worked in the word right even when I was wrong?
And here she was, really upset about this Facebook thing. And it's like, she cares. And that made me feel good.
That's so sweet, honey.
Yeah, I love you, baby.
I love you too.